How are you doing today? Okay, I think I have a fully formed opinion of that girl who said she got chemical burns or like an adverse reaction to the Trisha's skincare line. I think she's a fibber. I think she's just fibbing a big fat fib, because I think somebody got in contact with her. I don't know if it was Trisha or the owner of the company that put it out or their customer service, but somebody got in touch with her and was like, we're really sorry about that. We just like need to get like your order number or proof of purchase or something, anything to show that you even bought or are in possession of the skincare line at all. And that is when she started saying, I don't have that. It was a gift. However, previously, when she first started tweeting about it, there were people saying, that's what you get for buying Trisha's skincare, dude. And the girl was replying to them saying, LOL, you're right. So she didn't start out saying it was a gift. She started out talking about it as a personal purchase. She's like gone under everybody's tweets who is like tagged Trisha's handle or like has some association with Trisha at all. It doesn't matter what they're talking about. She'll just pop up under there and be like, hey, can you get Trisha to acknowledge me? She tweeted about it for a while before people started telling her, dude, if that's the thing, like go make a fucking video about it. Like, you want attention, that will get attention. And she made her initial TikTok where she's like, I threw on a beanie, I threw on a hoodie, and then she like pans down to her hoodie. It's a frenemies hoodie. And she's like, oh, the irony. Ma'am, you know what you were putting on. You knew exactly what you were putting on. That wasn't like a whoopsies. It's not like Trisha like showed up and like splashed skincare acid in your face.
Well, maybe if she wasn't wearing the wrong foundation color, I wouldn't have to splash no battery acid.
While you were just out and about wearing the hoodie. People told you to make a video. You knew you were going to make the video. You put on the hoodie and you made, like, okay, we don't need to talk about the hoodie anymore. But the discrepancies between saying, LOL, you're right, that's what I get for buying this shit for myself. And then when they're like, hey, do you have any proof of purchase? No, because it was a present. Like, she continued to complain and be like, can you imagine if this was anybody else's skincare? If this was Gabby Hanna or Charlie D'Amelio? I think they would tell you to contact customer service, you know? Like when Jaclyn Hill had her lipstick gate, she ran away and hid while customer service tried to control everything. And when people tweet at Jeffree Star being like, my highlighter came cracked, he's like, great, I'm sorry about that. Can you please contact customer service? This girl with the nose, like that's something that bothers me too. How do you have an adverse reaction to skincare only on part of your nose? That doesn't make sense to me. But yeah, I really think that she's fibbing for attention. She wants acknowledgement from Trisha. I was listening to a recap from, I think, Spill Sesh or Drama Investigator. Besides the accents, they're both really similar in content. So I was listening to one of the recaps while I was in the shower this morning, and everyone has been continuing to tell this girl, like, okay, make a video, talk to customer service, like, stop, like, screaming for Trisha's attention, basically. And she's just like, you know what, I wouldn't have to contact customer service if Trisha would just acknowledge this. What? Like, do you really need Trisha to, like, quote tweet you and be like, sorry, babes, is that gonna fix it? And then she's like, and now I'm gonna have all of these dermatology bills. Okay, what is Trisha supposed to do about that by acknowledging you on Twitter? Do you expect her to like DM you and be like, let me cash app you for those dermatologist bills? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. And it bothers me that drama channels, commentary channels, tea channels, people who just, you know, the ones who report on just whatever's happening on Twitter and YouTube on the internet, they take this shit seriously. Like, they see some claim and they report on it as if, like, it's true.
What the hell are you thinking?
when all those underage boys started coming out and saying that, like, James Charles had been, like, inappropriately messaging them, I think they started to count up to, like, 18 boys or something. But, like, I didn't see any of those people. So I don't even know who they are, what they look like, what the claims made were. And it's been reported about as though it's like there's evidence. And lots of people, like so many people on the internet are like, James Charles is a criminal. Why does he still have a platform? Why do they still have a platform? Why isn't he in jail? And I've said this before, and I'll say it again every time there's like allegations against an influencer. Why aren't they in jail? Because nobody went to law enforcement. If there is evidence of a crime that James Charles was sexting minors, and like what were the sexts anyway? Like what laws were broken? What are the crimes that people are saying were committed? Because if he was sending dick pics and like trying to solicit dick pics from underage kids, like, and that is in fact a federal crime if it occurred over the internet, you need to take your receipts on down to the FBI submission form or hit up your fucking local law enforcement. Like making a TikTok that you later delete, basically saying, yeah, I catfished James Charles and lied to him about my age and now I'm a victim, guys. And several months ago when all of these allegations started coming out again about James Charles and the underage boys, like making straight boys uncomfortable because they were all like, I'm 18 and bisexual, and then later we're like, oh my god, he sent me a picture of his butt. We don't even know. I haven't even seen anyone say like what he sent them. So I don't know if he was just like whatever. But several months ago, Petty Page made a video talking about James Charles, and she referenced Ethan Andrew. I talked about that kid like a year ago, and how I thought him and his friend were completely full of shit, because it is basically a meme at this point that James Charles has kind of always remained easily accessible to his fans. And the kid in the video, Ethan Andrew, he already had several thousand subscribers when he posted the video saying, James Charles, no more, sister. Bro, you knew that was a grabbing headline. You know what you were trying to do. You were trying to have your bi sister moment. And then when it came down to it, you were just like, oh, whoops, I didn't want this much attention. But he was saying he's only 14 years old. And it's
a fabricated statement.
He wasn't 14. He was like 17, almost 18, I want to say. And he was already like, had several 100,000 followers on TikTok.
I have 330,000 followers on TikTok.
He already had a presence. He started out being like, yeah, me and my friend saw that James had a live stream on, so we decided to start trolling.
One of my homeboys were on James Charles Live, and he's like, bro, like, join this, like, let's just troll him. Like, we're just putting random stuff and just trolling.
Side note, the straight boys who are like, I looked up to James Charles and then he was like this. If you're straight, why are you looking up to James Charles?
I'm not really into beauty videos, I'm not gonna lie.
What a fucking joke. What a fucking joke.
James' audience is like the girls and the gays. Back to Petty Page. When she spoke about Ethan Andrew in her video about all the 40,000 victims of James Charles, she said that Ethan Andrew, when he came out with his story, he got like bullied and harassed off of social media. And that's not really true, because I subscribed to him with notifications on because I thought, okay, well, he already had like a YouTube going on when he made his video, but he took down all of his previous videos before he posted it so that like that would be the only video on his channel, because he didn't want people to like go back through all of his older videos and find discrepancies. And his friend who did the video with him also had a YouTube channel.
Zay, go!
And that kid was 19. So, I mean, why are you 19-year-old hanging out with this allegedly 14-year-old Ethan Andrew, and y'all are trolling James Charles' live stream? Petty Page said he got bullied and harassed off of the internet.
He was practically close to tears because nobody was believing him and everybody was saying that he was a clout chaser. Because I know for a fact when this video goes out, I'm going to get harassed. 100%. I know that that's what's going to happen.
And it's not true. It's just not true. Because he continued to post YouTube videos. And they were well received. His comment sections were all like teenage girls thirsting after him because he has beautiful eyes. The videos had a good thumb ratio. All of the comments were positive. There were not people in his comments being like, fuck you, you piece of shit. Like, it just wasn't happening. So it bothers me that Petty Page reported on it because eventually I think he did take down all of his YouTube videos. I don't know if he's still on TikTok. I don't particularly enjoy TikTok. Although I do know, at the time when he first came out with his video saying that James Charles did these things, a bunch of people did like go to his Instagram and be like, show us the receipts. Show us some form of like proof that something here happened. And he kind of just frantically posted some shit that was just like,
I'm sick of this. Like, come on, when are we all gonna come together and cancel this dude?
which is very interesting to me. At the beginning of his initial YouTube video, he said, this is not to cancel James Charles. But then when people wanted answers for, like, the claims that he had made, he just kind of, like, flipped out.
So to everybody saying, where's the receipts? I don't have the receipts.
And started, like, deleting and privating shit. So, I don't like James Charles. I think he's a horny little weirdo. I mean, you would think that after the Bi-Sister scandal, he would have, like, stopped doing what he was doing. Like, I feel like if I was as famous as him, I wouldn't fucking trust anybody sliding into my DMs. I wouldn't just try to, like, talk to people. Especially since, like, oh my god, dude, it was like in 2019, you made the, you know, guys who were questioning their sexuality feel uncomfortable. And those people were adults. And no crimes were committed. They just, yeah, I guess I'm not trying to victim blame anybody, but I just, in my opinion, I don't think there are any victims. And I've asked this before, and I cannot find answers anywhere. Everyone is saying that James Charles has committed crimes, but, like, what were the crimes? What were they? Do the parents know? Have they gone to law enforcement? Not that I have a whole lot of, like, faith in law enforcement or, like, the justice system. I saw a post from Cracked Rack in my YouTube feed this morning, and he's saying, you know, it's been almost 2 years since this whole Davi Vanity investigation started and nothing's happened. And in that case, multiple victims did go to the FBI. I don't know if it's an issue with statute of limitations, lack of evidence, jurisdiction, victim cooperation. And this, like, and that wasn't just like, oh god. Cracked Rack did mention in his post all of the content creators who promised, like, they were going to help with this investigation and, like, the case was gonna go somewhere. And he referenced Repzilla, Pastel Bell, and Chris Hansen. I thought, you know, it's really nice of you to call them content creators. I would call them content farmers who milked the victims for views. And I do not care if anybody wants to say those videos were demonetized because they were talking about violent oral rape. That story was huge. Anybody who made a video talking about it, especially if they had an interview with a victim, I mean, it's been 10 years. Everybody wanted to hear from Jessie Slaughter. But it got you views and subscribers. So even if you didn't make money off of those videos, your channel greatly benefited from that story and those interviews. And in the long run, you did gain monetarily because people stuck around to watch your other videos. And Davi Vanity's still fucking roaming free. So all that to say is, like, just that I don't have a lot of faith in the justice system. I absolutely 100% believe the victims of Davi Vanity. Their stories are, like, pretty graphic and detailed. They didn't just come out with a video on their own. Also, have any of these girls that were underage when they were in group chats with Anna Campbell, Where are they? Like, I fully believe that happened. Like, there's screenshots. I'm sure that it happened. We've heard Maddie's story. I'm just curious if that has, like, progressed or gone anywhere. Also, Anna Camel reactivated her Twitter account. And I wonder what's going on with her ex-girlfriends. I saw on Twitter this morning that Kaylee had a relapse. Poor thing. I don't think she's a good person, but, you know, like, addiction doesn't pick and choose based on your character. Addiction is fucking rough. But yeah, I mean, I feel like what happened is everybody covered Onision and like what a fucking prick he was and like his predatory and abusive ways. And then came the story about Davi Vanity. And granted, I know the whole Lion Maker thing was like in 2016. So there were already statutory rapists, regular rapists, and pedophiles being exposed. But like everybody covered Onision, and then that Davi Vanity story blew up. And I feel like there's a certain handful of creators who kept wanting to like one-up themselves on the Davi Vanity story and kept trying to find more people who were just worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And now you end up with people who just keep making videos going, internet bad. Why do they still have a platform? People just love a good public dragging. Gosh, you know, I do too. However, you can't just like drag and deplatform everybody over everything. So
I need to get your opinions.
you know, I guess I have come to the conclusion that people lie on the internet. And I have also come to the conclusion that there are victims who tell the truth on the internet and to law enforcement, and their assailant doesn't end up facing any criminal charges. So that's all the shit I have to talk for today.
In today's episode of My Hair Keeps Getting Longer.
I want to thank you for listening. I feel like forgiveness is very important, so I want you to forgive yourself for the time that you have wasted watching this video, and have a good day.